Ready with me to file for divorce from the love of my life. I'm ready. I've been getting ready for months, several months. How appropriate is it that it is storming today and it is such a gloomy, ugly day? A lot of you have asked what's up with, is everything okay? How are you? I haven't seen hubby in a while. Woo. And it sucks, and I'm so sad and disappointed that we didn't make it to forever. I love him with my whole heart. He is my best friend. He is my favorite person on the planet.
Wow, I love him so much. He's my best friend on the whole planet. It's been great having all of these years with him, but I feel like divorcing him today, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. As if men needed any more of a reason not to marry modern women. But what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again. And on today's episode, we have a video here from Men Only. As far as I understand, it is about modern women ruining their marriages. I believe this one here, who we're going to be almost kicking it off with, destroyed her marriage of 10 years, and she regretted it, as you can see by the tears. They never truly regret it. Usually it's just about missing out on possessions and stuff during the divorce. But in any case, she decided to divorce her husband, ruin the family of 10 years, absolute classic. So without further ado, let's just jump right into today's video.
I'm having a serious mental breakdown. I've been snot crying for 10.
Fellas, welcome back. Today's story is a tough one. She destroyed her marriage of 10 years, regretted it instantly, and was left with nothing. We'll explore what led to the downfall of this decade-long marriage, the immediate regrets, and the harsh consequences that followed. If you're ready for some eye-opening insights, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Let's dive right in.
Get ready with me to file for divorce from the love of my life. I'm ready. I've been getting ready for months.
Yeah, of course you're ready, right? Because you've had this plan, you've had this set up for a very long period of time. Guys, I have said this pretty much since this channel's inception. Okay, women don't typically leave these long-term relationships until they have a backup plan ready and rearing to go. Usually they fail, actually. Women think that they have a relationship lined up, but of course Chad doesn't want to commit to them. But hey, I'm not really complaining, guys, because it's damn well hilarious because none of them can get relationships from men.
Several months. How appropriate is it that it is storming today and it is such a gloomy, ugly day? A lot of you have asked what's up with, is everything okay? How are you? I haven't seen hubby in a while. Woo. And it sucks, and I'm so sad and disappointed that we didn't make it to forever.
Yeah, because you felt like divorcing him. Isn't it weird, guys? What's the phrase for this again? Cognitive dissonance. That's the one, right? On the one hand, you have the modern women who initiate the divorces, who decide to go through with it. But on the other hand, they say, well, I loved him so much and this and that, right? To me, guys, these two things are mutually exclusive, right? If you love someone, if they're your forever person or whatever language you want to use, and then you also choose to divorce him, one of these things doesn't really seem like it's adding up to me. And, guys, fair play, right? If a dude cheated on her or something like this. But that's not what we hear about, right? We just hear all of this sad language and, she's got the piano music playing. But I think that if the man cheated, we would probably hear about it within the first 3 seconds. But they don't mention that. It's all just oh, he was a lovely man, but then I left him anyway.
I love him with my whole heart. He is my best friend. He is my favorite person on the planet. And the concept of duality sometimes is a mindfuck. How can you love somebody so much but not be able to be married to them?
You know what, guys? I was actually, this woman seems really familiar to me, right? I thought to myself, maybe I had covered her recently. So I was just on my phone as she was talking, looking through my videos, and I did cover her recently. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but she might have gotten ordered to pay the child support. I'm not quite sure yet, but it's always good to recap some of these things, guys, because, you know, it's just absolutely hilarious to go over. But I think she might also be a single mother now. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong, but let's continue.
How can somebody be so good to you and so bad for you at the same time? We will continue to co-parent my granddaughter together, just as we have been. We haven't lived together in several months, and we've been doing it, co-parenting, figuring it out, and we'll continue to do that. That's the plan.
Ooh, guys, the piano music goes hard, doesn't it? You know. Again, guys, the women are the ones adding the piano music to the background of these videos. It's not me, okay? It's not my editor. We don't add in this garbage. So the dude she basically wants him to be on the hook to look after her grandchild as well, right? So basically, the dude she's trying to get the dude to adopt responsibility for her and this kid still, it seems, right? And this is usually the way I'm remembering this woman slowly now, because she was in a video fairly recently. But this is how it usually plays out, right? Modern woman leaves the dude, and then she still wants the dude to have some degree of responsibility in her life, whether that's paying her bills or looking after a kid that isn't his, you know, things like this.
I've already kind of mourned and grieved this loss for a long time. But I think the finality, and I'm sure I'll have another moment, you know, when everything is final, but the finality of actually filing the papers is sobering.
It's crazy how right after I walk out the courtroom, the rain stops, the clouds roll away, and the sun comes out. It's gonna be all right.
Here we go again. Another story of a woman throwing away a perfectly good man for reasons she can't even explain. And now she's crying on the internet about how he was her best friend, her favorite person on the planet. But what's the real story here? If he didn't cheat, if there was no major betrayal, then what exactly did he do that was so bad it couldn't be fixed? Seriously, what could possibly lead you to divorce your so-called best friend?
Well, it's simple, guys. The women get bored, and they think that they can leave with cash and prizes, right? I said this in the episode, actually, I recorded just before this one, but this government intervention into marriages is absolutely disgusting, right? Because if you were to sit there, if you were to take away the rewards, and I'm calling them rewards because that's what it is, if you were to take away the rewards that modern women get for initiating and going through with divorces, the divorce rate would be significantly lower, right? A lot of these women are initiating divorces because they think that they can return to the streets, go out there and keep chasing Chad in her 30s and 40s, all the while receiving money and support from the guy that they just chose to ditch. Okay? And I really want to outline this very clearly for men, okay? Women will oftentimes advocate for you to be like, oh, you have to be a gentleman, you have to be so fantastic, you have to be her best choice, you know, all of these sorts of things. And then they turn around and they cheat on these guys, or they ditch them after 10 years of marriage. And so it becomes very difficult to convince men to do this crap for you anymore. Very, very difficult.
If nothing was broken. But here's the question. If she truly loved him with all her heart, why did she leave him when he did nothing wrong? This is what so many people don't get. Women like her claim they love their partner, say he's their favorite person, yet they walk away from the relationship as if that love doesn't mean a thing. Why? Because she didn't leave him. She left herself. She thought the grass was greener, thought she could do better. Or maybe she bought into the idea that she deserved more without realizing that what she had was everything. And now? Now she's paying the price. It's a hard truth, but she has no one to blame but herself. She had a good man, a solid marriage, and still chose to walk away. Maybe she got caught up in the fantasy of what she thought life could be outside of that relationship, or maybe she just didn't appreciate what she had until it was too late. But here's the reality. Those choices have consequences. And now she's on the internet crying for sympathy, wanting people to feel sorry for her. But where was all this emotion when she made the choice to leave? When she decided that walking away from the man who gave her 10 years of his life was the right move? It's too late to cry about it now. The lesson here is that love isn't just about words or feelings. It's about commitment, loyalty, and sticking it out when things get tough. She chose to leave, and now she's realizing what she threw away. Unfortunately for her, that's a reality she has to face alone.
Something that I learned early on is that you'll never have to question when it's time to leave a relationship if you go into the relationship knowing what you absolutely will not accept. So when my husband and I started dating, ex-husband, now soon to be ex-husband.
Wow, it's such a surprise to me, man, when these women open up videos by saying phrases like, oh, I won't tolerate this. And then they tell you within the same 2 sentences that they're getting a divorce. It makes instant sense to me, guys, because these women who go around and they say, well, I'm not tolerating terrible behavior. I'm not tolerating this. I'm not tolerating that. All of these women have been through a whole bunch of chads, right? They have been with a bucket load of dudes. And now they get with this guy who's willing to provide and care for them, right? They settle down. They call it settling, guys. These women actually call it settling, right? They feel like they're settling for less than what they quote unquote deserve. But these guys who they eventually get on the line for marriage, these poor suckers, right? These dudes, oh, she won't tolerate anything from them, right? But she'll tolerate Chad cheating on her. She'll tolerate Chad never asking her out on a date, not paying for a single thing, right? But the guy who's a good man, oh, no. She won't tolerate any terrible behavior from him. And of course the marriage ends, right, guys? Because she's not attracted to him. And she's been with too many dudes. The streets will call her back.
When we started dating, we had a shared note that was a list of deal breakers. So I had a list of deal breakers and non-negotiables for him, and he had one for me. And that list,
she had a list and he had one thing,
was to say, like, listen, before you even try it, if any of these things occur, just know there will not be a conversation. There will not be a forgiving period. There will not be, I'm done. Obviously, some of the items on the list are very common sense items, like don't cheat, don't put your hands on me, don't put your hands on the kids, etc. But then there are other less tangible items that I feel like people tend to dance on the boundaries or live on the line.
Right, so she's also a single mother, she just told us as well. Guys, if you're ever dealing with a woman and she presents you a list, just leave. They're not even worth talking to, guys. These are, no wonder this woman is divorced and also a single mother. Okay, by the time the women come out with these lists and they have a list of things that, oh, I won't tolerate this and I won't tolerate that. Here's my list of things. She's already a lost cause, guys. I am absolutely telling you. The moment a woman comes to a relationship and she says, here are my non-negotiables, it's time to bail, man. Because the funny thing is, right, guys who are sensible, for example, and they have their own list of non-negotiables, these guys are never arrogant and entitled enough to present the other person with a list, right? When was the last time you saw a dude go, hey, here's my list of non-negotiables? You know what men do? They have their list of things that they will and won't tolerate, but they're not arrogant enough to go, here's a list. You know what I'm saying, guys? Like, they simply just don't talk to people who are complete headaches. It's really that simple.
Leaving you constantly wondering, like, dang, is it okay? Should I leave? Is that a non-negotiable? Is he? But the more you give somebody an inch and you let them live on that line, they will take a mile, and eventually they will cross way over that line. And for me, I knew going into it what I will not tolerate or accept. And so I knew once that line was completely crossed, because I done gave you too many chances living on that damn line.
What did he do that couldn't be fixed? You notice she has nothing to say about why she left him. No clear reason, no explanation, just regrets and tears. It's pathetic, really. She's out here crying about losing the love of her life, yet can't even tell anyone what went so wrong that she had to divorce him.
Yeah, because they don't have any specific reasons. They just felt like it, right? We've got to return to the streets now because I feel like it. He wasn't enough for me. And you see, this is the deal that men are given these days, right? You have these women who are like, these are the options that men are presented with. And then these women are shocked when men just say, no, thank you. I don't want to date this. I'm just not interested. I'm not going to deal with you whatsoever. Okay, but here we have another woman here. Random divorce update. You know, before we continue, guys, I'm going to take a bit of a breather here to yap for 30 seconds, okay? Because I don't want to listen to one of these women talk until my mental has recharged a little bit. But I just find it amazing how they feel the need to update everybody on social media with their lives. Okay, I say again, these videos that these women make are completely public material, right? They're not password protected, they're not private or anything. These women voluntarily jump on the internet and they make these videos discussing their personal lives. I don't know, they must be so damn deprived of attention that they just start making videos like this. To me, guys, I personally think it's insane why you would just go out there and share random details of your personal life with strangers. But hey, guys, maybe I'm the weird one today. Let me know in the comments box down below, right? Are you someone who shares all of your personal life details on the internet? Or do you think it's damn well stupid? Because I think it's really stupid. And you know what's even stupider than that, guys? The fact that I don't even run out of content. Like, let's take a moment to appreciate this for a second, guys. I'm covering a channel right now called Men Only, okay? This guy, I guarantee you, does not run out of content either, right? There's just endless amounts of these women on the internet making these damn videos. We don't run out. It doesn't matter who it is, man. There's new fresh videos of these every single damn day because women just constantly feel the need to go on here and talk about their lives all day. No wonder so many of these women get absolutely nothing done. But my rant is over, guys. Unfortunately, we have to continue and listen to what she has to say, so let's take a listen. I've muted it.
Time. I told you that's my best friend, right? Y'all thought I was playing?
Memory of what she threw away.
Y'all are so messy. You waste no time. I told you that's my best friend, right? Y'all thought I was playing? See, I don't think I know that you sliding in the DM about all the friend requests and the views and the searches. Motherfuckers who know how to reach him, reaching him. And to think I thought we was friends. I was sharing this with you in confidentiality. Now y'all trying to go for my man, my ex-man. I'm just playing. I don't really care like that. But I do just want to clear up a few things. Number one, no, he did not cheat. Okay. Number two, we were separated for several months before I filed for divorce. Not living together, separated. Yes, he knew that I was filing for divorce the day that I filed for divorce. Yes, he knew that I filed for divorce right after I filed for divorce. We had talked about telling the kids, like, have you talked to your kids? Have you talked to your kids? We both went about that differently, whatever. And I did address with him, like, at some point I am going to talk about this on social media as I do everything else. I just want to be cognizant of all of the people involved, whatever.
She wants to consider all of the people involved, guys, and yet she still decides to jump on social media and talk about it anyway. Right? Screw the kids, screw the ex-husband, screw everybody in the situation because she feels the need to get attention on social media. And they wonder why dudes don't want to date the men. Right? I know so many men who they just won't date women like this. They just won't. Because it's too damn annoying, man. You'll have something go wrong in your personal life, and before you know it, your woman's out here posting TikTok videos about it. Oh, hell no. Absolutely not. Right, so she's out here, and she's complaining because her quote-unquote friends are trying to talk to her ex-husband. And I'm here to say, yep, this sounds exactly 100% accurate. This is what so many women do, guys. They get in each other's ears. They tell each other to divorce their man. He ain't crap. And then as soon as they go ahead in the divorce processes and everything, number one, the woman's happy because typically the women saying that are alone and they want other people to be alone with. Crabs in the bucket mentality. So number one, they're not alone by themselves anymore. But number two, now they have a shot at your ex-man here. Right? I've seen this so many damn times, guys, where women will try and convince each other to break up with their boyfriends, break up with their husbands, only to then go on and try and chase those same dudes and screw over their friends. It's amazing to me, man. Like the backstabbing is absolutely amazing. It is truly next level.
So all of those discussions were had. However, I do realize that I'm more comfortable healing out loud than maybe everybody else is. I don't think he was as.
Is that what we're calling it today, guys? Healing out loud? Oh my goodness. Like, just say it for what it is, man. You want attention from random strangers on the internet. That's really what it is. Oh, I'm healing out loud. That is, guys, that's a new one for the collection books. That's the first time I've heard that one. Healing out loud.
More comfortable
healing out loud than maybe everybody else is. I don't think he was as prepared for the influx of these hoes as I knew was gonna happen. So per usual, I'm gonna have to figure out how to heal and live loudly while still respecting the privacy of others and all that jazz.
Now you knew this 304 were going to be thirsty AF. If he didn't cheat, what exactly did he do that couldn't be fixed? I mean, come on. How do you go from calling someone your best friend to divorcing them? Like, what sense does that even make?
I'm sorry, but whenever I hear these women refer to their husbands or ex-husbands as their best friends, I mean, you already know it's over, because what that essentially tells me is that the woman is not generally attracted to him. It has the same kind of thing as these women out here calling their boyfriends, ex-husbands, whatever, calling them bro and things like this. As soon as you hear women call their husbands or boyfriends bro, it just goes off in my head. I'm like, oh, this probably isn't going to last. Now, granted, if it does last, congratulations. But I don't really usually think that that's going to be the case. Let's continue into the next clip here.
A girl says she's not ready to date you. Here's exactly what you should say. Okay, thanks for letting me know. I wish you the best. And leave it at that. Don't tell her that you'll wait around until she's ready, or even try to change her mind. You owe it to yourself to move on to someone who actually deserves your time. Not someone who can't clearly communicate their intentions, or even string you along and having you think that there's a time that she will be ready.
You know, guys, I totally agree with this, actually. Right, this might be one of the very few TikToks that I've seen where I actually agree with the advice, I guess you would call it, contained therein, right? Like, if you're a dude and you're asking these women out on dates, right, which, good luck to you, my brother. Have fun out there. Try not to catch a court case or something like that these days. But if you're out there and you're trying to date modern women, you're masochistic, but anyway, let's just say you're out there and you ask a woman out and she says, I'll let you know, and crap like this. Just don't even, man, just don't even talk to her anymore. Like, I'm telling you, man, so many of these women, what they'll do is they will just try and waste your time, right? Or they'll try and have you on the back burner, or women that leave you even will oftentimes try and still bookmark. I call it bookmarking, but they'll still try and reserve their place in your life, right? And it's just a complete and utter waste of time. Okay, dudes are out here dealing with women who, quite frankly, don't respect them. And I think it's a complete waste of men's time. Also, I think it's a waste of men's sanity as well. But let's continue.
So get back out there and show her what she's about to miss.
Some women love the attention and validation they get from stringing a guy along. It gives them that ego boost, knowing that someone is always there, waiting in the wings, just in case they don't find something better. It's not about genuine interest or wanting a real connection. It's about keeping options open and feeding off that constant validation.
The amount of times I've actually heard women say that they're just looking for a connection, or they're just, you know, they're just looking to be loved, only for it to just completely not be true, is not actually amazing at all, guys. Like, it happens all the time. Am I amazed? No. Because what happens is you'll have women say, listen, I want a guy who is going to love me, who's going to care for me, blah, blah, blah. But what they always fail to mention is that they want an attractive guy to do this, right? If you're just a regular dude and you come along and you get a woman flowers and you do all of this chivalrous crap, I mean, it is not going to be appreciated at all, right? How many times have dudes gone out here, they try and do something nice for a woman, or they try and show a woman that they're interested in them, and these guys get called creepy, they get made fun of, all of these sorts of things. And then these same dudes will turn around and go, yeah, well, I'm not interested anymore. And then when the women rock around 30, they try and return to these men, right? Guys, many of you watching this video right now will probably have had an experience like that, where perhaps you were interested in a woman in the past, but she completely, brushed you off or treated you like crap. And then when they approach 30 and things like this, now they want your attention and now they want you to care for them, right? And dudes are just expected to wait on the sidelines the entire damn time while they go out and screw other dudes. It's not happening. Okay, I don't think men should be doing this. Again, I think men should have more self-respect than to deal with women like this. But guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.